Okay, this is 3 videos that will work on calculating volumes of prisms. Prism is any shape that it doesn't matter what shape one end is. I could draw an end like that. It could have more edges, it could have curves, but no matter where I cut it going backwards, so if I was to cut here, I'd see the same shape. So you'd see a cut like that. And if I was to cut further back, I'd see exactly the same shape again. So this shape, this solid, is made up by having the same shape repeat itself all the way along its length. And that's why that's a little bit out. Okay. So it looks the same all the way along its length. And the final end. So we need to calculate the volume. So we'll start with the simplest shape we've got, which is a cuboid. Now, this end is repeated. So let's look at the end. We've got the end of this shape, which is, if they're counting blocks and they're all 1 centimetre, so we're going to say these are 1 centimetre blocks. The end on this is made up of 3 blocks by 2. So the number of blocks in this first layer is 2 times 3, or 6 blocks. To do it more mathematically, let's talk about the area at the end then. So the area on the end for a rectangle is 3 centimetres by 2 centimetres, which is 6 centimetres squared. So I've come through, I've got 1 layer of blocks made of 6 blocks. How many blocks have I got going back? I've got 2, 4, 6, 7. So I've got 7 blocks. So that means 7 layers. We take our 6 blocks and multiply by 7, and that gives us 42 cubes. And these cubes are all 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre in all directions. So we've got, in that space, we actually have a volume, which is the number of blocks, which is an area on the end, 6, the area, multiplied by the length going back, 7 centimetres. And that gives me 42. And notice we've got centimetres squared times centimetres. That actually means we need 3 measures of centimetres at right angles to each other. So the volume is 42 centimetres cubed. The number of cubes is 42 cubes. If you want to try to practice it, you can do the level 1 transom exercise. Link will be put on the lesson for this. But the level 1 is just about counting blocks. Okay. I'll show you level 2 as well. The level 2 is when you've got a cuboid. Now these shapes are cuboids because they're not the same length in all directions. If these numbers were all the same, we'd have a cube. But a cuboid is a little bit like a cube. Oid sort of means ish. It's cube-ish, cuboid. Now we can use the same method as we did before. Choose a face that's being repeated. Now you've got a choice of 3 here, but I'm going to choose this first one as that end. Now we're skipping out the counting blocks from before, and we're now just doing the area of the end. So area of the end is 8 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So 8 by 6 is going to be, grab your calculator if you need to. So grab my calculator, the area on the end is 8 by 6, 48 centimeters squared. The volume, effectively counting the number of cubes in this shape, we do the area times the length. Area times the length. So area times length, sorry about the interruption, is 48 centimeters from the answer here. And its length is the distance, and we have to think about being at right angles. The area is a right angle, 8 to 6. The length going backwards here is whatever is at right angles to both those edges. So I've got 6, a length 12, I've got a length 12, so 12 is the length going backwards. So that's centimeters squared, and centimeters to give me centimeters cubed. 48 times 12 equals 576 centimeters cubed. If you ever come across a question where the units have been changed, maybe this was in 60 millimeters, convert first. Make sure all your units are correct and in the same units. Okay, so you can now do level 1 and level 2 work.